Okay, guys, I welcome you today to Don Self TV. So, in today's video, I will be doing a review of matches in the Premier League concerning the big guys. What I saw in their game in this past weekend. So, please, if you've not subscribed, try to subscribe. Click the like buttons. The more you do, the more the content will be going far and it will be recommended online. So thank you very much. So I will start with Newcastle against Liverpool. Well, that game, I think so far, I think it's the best game of the season so far. You know, because of this Isak drama that Liverpool won sign Isak from Newcastle and Newcastle no agree and Isak they do strike, forcing his way to go to Liverpool. That thing caused that match to be very, very intense. So if you watch the game, you go understand. Say that game was very, very sweet in terms of us, maybe football fans. We enjoy it very well. But there is this thing I see with Newcastle and their pattern of play, and it's not much encouraging and something someone should be liking or be interested in. The physicality they put to that game was as if there was no rules. Omo, I don't know. They play it as if it's a Champions League finals or a one game off thing that they are not caring about the next match. Well, most of the key players were burnt out. Most of them left the game with injury. So you will be asking yourself, like, how? Like, what's the essence of it? Now, so I've been hearing some people saying that that Gordon tackle to Van Dijk was not a red card. To me, it's a pure red card. A very, very dangerous tackle, to my opinion. The stud was shown, the distance covered, the speed. Van Dijk was very lucky that he didn't even break his knee in that process. But to look at the game entirely, it was a very beautiful game. Liverpool going 2 goals up, then Newcastle coming from behind to score 2-2. And kudos to the coach, trusting in that 16-year-old boy, bringing him on to, either 16 or 15, bringing him on to cause the difference in the game. But this idea that Liverpool is invincible, they are not. I've seen so many loopholes in their game, especially in their defense. Some of their players, somebody like Konate. Konate has not turned up very well this season. He hasn't spoken well about himself. And going forward, Keke is very good, but defense, then Keke is very poor. So it's where I feel like Liverpool need to work on, if they want to, get their self back in order. Their defense really need to work on. And kudos to Gravenberg for coming back and putting such effort. And the idea of you going for Isak when you have a KTK, I don't understand. If they sign Isak now, will KTK go to bench? He's on form. So how do you want to ration these two quality guys that have good turn up in scoring? I feel like they don't need Isak. Rather, they need a second striker who is not like a top striker that will be demanding for startup all the time. So that's my own opinion on that game. Liverpool really need to work on their defense, and Newcastle their pattern of play against big teams whenever they are in St James Park. They need to look into it because it's causing serious havoc. Most people are complaining about it. I heard Slot complain about it at the end of the game. So the next match I want to go in is Chelsea against West Ham at West Ham's home. Like I told you guys, I don't rate West Ham this season. Even yesterday, they left Calabar Cup. They were defeated by Wolves in Calabar Cup. So you understand that if nothing is done really, really soon in West Ham will find themselves in a very, very dicey predicament of escaping relegation. Because if you watch, their style of play is not there. The personnel to play the game are not there. And that game, Chelsea it wasn't even much about Chelsea putting a high class performance. It was an average performance. It was more about how bad West Ham did. Very bad and very poor. The goalkeeper, Flom, was very bad in his aerial duels trying to win the ball in the corner. Defense, I don't know whether one Bissaka no understand what he's supposed to do for the game. You understand? The midfield. But that goal that Paulinho scored, it was a very, very beautiful goal. Oh. It was a very beautiful goal. At some point, I was blaming Sanchez for making one move before, diving. But watching the replay over and over, I can't say the ball gets swerve, as in swerve used go. So really, as much as it was still a fumble from Sanchez, but it wasn't like the Sanchez fumble where we know. We're in the fumble where you understand. We're in the fumble where, but Estavo, Estavo is a very decent player. In short, that boy will go places. And for the very first time, no Palmer. So all the people they say Chelsea and Palmer FC, I believe they have different opinion now. So the game went well. The game went well, at least to Chelsea's own point of view. They tested so many quality players and it turned up for them. But for me, it's not as if Chelsea was that brilliant to beat West Ham. It was how poor West Ham did for the game. Now, so the next match I will talk about now, Fulham Manchester United. Man U, Man U. I don't understand. Amory is a big problem to Man U. Amory, who was supposed to be a solution, is a problem to Man U, to my opinion. Yes, it's a problem to Man U. Because if you watch what Man U, the way Man U plays, indeed, 3-4-3, it's like players are far away from each other. Fulham was playing Manchester United as if it was Manchester United playing Fulham back in the days. I'm telling you, Man U fans were just hoping that game ends. They were if they added 10 minutes into that game, I believe Fulham would have gotten 2-1 win. And this thing with VAR in Premier League is high time the PGMOL is called out for their lapses. How can they allow that Man U goal to stand, knowing fully well that Yoro pushed Bassi, the Fulham defender, making him slip and fall off away from the direction of the ball, which was a clear foul. You know, go push person, expect the person to stand. Now, wrong where the person be. The referee dey there, VR dey there, they see that thing, they no blue. And tomorrow, if they do them against Man U now, you score, they go blue. That's the level of inconsistency with the Premier League, and it's very annoying. Very, very annoying. But apart from that, the game was okay for Fulham, but it showed more how far wetin Man U need to do to get back in shape, because Man U is not in shape right now. Amory keep making mistakes. How can you be playing 1-0 and you're making press conference that you wanted to, to hold up the game in 1-0? Manchester United, wetin you do? You are bringing two defenders. How can you be making sub and you're bringing two defenders and you're starting game without a recognized number 9? You have how many number 9s in your bench? Yes, they won't say Hoyland, but at the same time, what's wrong with you putting Sesko, giving Sesko the game? Let him play. You're saying Sesko is not yet fit. Well, today they are playing Grisby in FA Cup. Let's see how they turn up over that one, because the man looking at it, nothing has changed in Manchester United. Nothing has changed. Amory is adamant. How can you? I noticed another thing. The players Amory get problem with for Man U are all wingers. Why? Why is it that you choose to all wingers? Antonio is a winger, Rashford is a winger, Sancho is a winger, Garnacho is a winger. Malaysia is a wing back defender playing 3. So if you notice that the formation he wants to play doesn't suit the caliber of players he have, you have a problem with him. Because I don't see why Anthony need to leave. Anthony went to Betis, Real Betis in Spain, do well. Why didn't you want to integrate him back into the game? Now, I want to push him out. And Man U need to ask themselves a question: why players they leave Man U, they go do well for other clubs? It's something they really need to look into. Because as Onana back for Man United, if Onana come out now and go another club, he go turn world class. Look at Brian Mbeumo that came from Brentford, has just been playing like say he knows a bit trouble. But that's that. The best weekend match for me this weekend was between Tottenham and Manchester City at Etihad Stadium. Tottenham came with a tactics. If you remember when I gave my prediction about what was it called? About um, the season, how it will end in the table, I placed Tottenham fifth. I don't see the reason why I put Tottenham fifth. Tottenham is really, really there. They need to watch out about Tottenham and that their manager. If they give this guy the caliber of players we need, brother, to break them down, no go easy. They have scored 5 goals in 2 games and not considered any goal, which is a very good thing for them. So they need to watch this thing out about Tottenham. And Man City, I believe Pep is no longer Pep. Yes, I think Pep is just trying to buy players for the next manager to come. That 2 years, I don't think he might even finish that 2 years. He will leave. Something about Man City is going down. Yes, Man City is no longer that Man City that everybody used to fear. So, but I feel like Pep will still do something this season. I still maintain he might finish first, second, neck to Liverpool. So the next game for me is Arsenal game against Leeds. It's just like Chelsea winning 5-1 to West Ham and Arsenal winning 5-0 to Leeds. It's still the same thing. It's not how good Arsenal was, it was how poor Leeds were. Leeds were very poor in the game all throughout. So I think it was only one chance where they get on goal, which was on set piece, corner kick, where Leeds get. So if I'm an Arsenal fan, this is where I talked about Chelsea fans, they shouldn't celebrate more of the win because it didn't show more about what Arsenal did as a team. It showed how bad Leeds were as a team. Now, this is a dicey place now. Saka injured, Odegaard injured. This is the real test coming the next game. Arsenal playing Liverpool at Liverpool's home. Is the real test. If these two are not there, this is now how to know if Arsenal is up for the challenge. But overall, Gyökeres tried. Gyökeres did well for getting 2 goals. No sure that his first goal. The work he put in that first goal, taking the ball, driving through defenders, holding up and slotting it well. It shows that guy is a quality striker. And if they can feed him well, feed him more, they will do well. Then Arsenal have gotten depth in their squad too, which is encouraging and which is good. So with that, I feel like Arsenal will go far, they will do well, and they will turn up well. So I believe this is my opinion and review on the Big Six game, the Big Six clubs, what they played last weekend. So coming this week, we will see what will happen. Then I forgot to say, Palmer was injured and Palmer is out, and I think based on his injury, he won't be available this coming weekend on their game. So for Chelsea, Palmer is out from the information we are getting. For Arsenal, Saka is out. Much information is not yet there for Odegaard to know if he'll be available for the weekend. So for Man City and Norrie might be present, we don't know yet. For who again? Mind you, there was no injury crisis, so that's that. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Like I said, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and share to your friends. Okay, thank you very much. I'll drop subsequent videos, and I promise my content will make sense as we grow. Thank you.